It's our 2-year anniversary of the Musicians Creating Prosperity podcast, and this is no ordinary episode. I'm celebrating with you by revealing the 5 biggest breakthroughs that have redefined what's possible for musicians and music entrepreneurs worldwide. If you've ever dreamed bigger for your music career, this is the episode to hear. Let's celebrate and prosper together. Welcome to a very special second anniversary episode of the Musicians Creating Prosperity podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Fabiana Claure, and I can hardly believe we're here, celebrating 2 full years of podcasting, sharing, and building a global movement of musician entrepreneurs. 2 years ago, when I launched this podcast, I had a vision of creating a space where musicians could learn to build businesses that served their highest calling. Today, as I reflect on this journey, I'm overwhelmed by what we've accomplished together, not just in 2025, but across these 2 transformative years of the show. As I was preparing for today's episode, I found myself scrolling through all the episodes we've shared in 2025. And what struck me wasn't just the breadth of topics we've explored, but the evolution that I've witnessed, the patterns that have emerged, the breakthrough insights that, when I really looked at them, represent the most transformational takeaways from our second year together. Today, I want to share with you the 5 biggest lessons that emerged from our 2025 episodes, the key insights that have literally changed the trajectory of countless musicians' careers and lives in just 2 years of this podcast journey. These aren't just concepts we discussed. They're breakthrough realizations that kept showing up episode after episode, proving their power to transform how musicians think about their work and their worth. These insights are deeply woven into the methodology I use in my Musicians Profit Umbrella framework, insights I've refined through 10 years of coaching musicians, but that have crystallized beautifully through our second year of podcast conversations. If you're new to the show, consider this your comprehensive guide to the most impactful insights from our 2 years of deep work together. And if you've been with me since the beginning or joined us along the way, this is our moment to celebrate how far we've come and set our sights into what's ahead as we enter year 3. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's dive into the 5 transformational takeaways that have defined our second year and changed everything. Takeaway number 1, the great reframe from time trading to value creation. The first major breakthrough that emerged throughout year 2 was what I called the great reframe. And this showed up in episode after episode, from raise your rates without guilt to why the traditional music career is broken. What's fascinating is how this concept evolved from our first year. In year 1, we talked about pricing. And in 2025, we discovered something deeper. The musicians who experienced the biggest breakthroughs weren't just changing their pricing. They were fundamentally reimagining what they offer to the world. We talked about this shift from $80 an hour lesson trap to $5,000 programs, but through my decade of coaching musicians, I can see it's so much deeper than numbers. It's about recognizing that your value isn't in the time you spend, but in the transformation you create. I remember Diego from our community who went from teaching 20 hours a week for $80 an hour to creating a $5,000 signature program that serves 20 plus students at once. Same expertise, completely different delivery model. The breakthrough moment for most musicians comes when they realize I'm not selling lessons. I'm selling transformation. I'm not trading time. I'm packaging wisdom. We explored asynchronous teaching models, hybrid delivery systems, and how to package intellectual property in ways that you scale without burning out. So, what transformation do you think your students could experience that they would pay $5,000 to access? And how are you currently undervaluing that outcome? Hey, if you're a music educator listening to this next part is specifically for you. There are 2 types of music educators: those using AI to build scalable online businesses with unlimited earning potential, and everyone else still trapped trading time for money. Which group will you be in? Here's the thing. AI isn't replacing music teachers. It's empowering the smart ones to scale beyond their physical limitations. While most educators are maxed out on lessons and hitting income ceilings, forward-thinking teachers are using AI to create systems that generate income while they sleep. Imagine building courses once and selling them forever, having a business that works while you focused on what you love most about music. The opportunity is massive, but it won't last forever. That's why I'm hosting a free masterclass where I'll show you exactly how to leverage AI to build your scalable online music teaching business. You'll discover the AI tools that automate everything, the systems that handle marketing while you teach, and the strategies that turn your expertise into unlimited earning potential. The question isn't whether AI will change music education, it's whether you'll be leading that change or scrambling to catch up. Join my free masterclass and discover how to build the AI powered music teaching business you deserve. Visit musiciansprofitmasterclass.com and secure your spot. And now, back to the show. The second takeaway: strategic pause over perpetual hustle. This insight has kept showing up, and honestly, this surprised me with how often it resonated in our second year. The episode called The Power of the Pause. In a world that glorifies the grind, we discovered something revolutionary. The fastest path to growth isn't always forward momentum. Sometimes it's knowing when to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. This lesson appeared in multiple episodes because it challenges everything the music industry teaches us about working harder. But here's what we learned over these last 2 years of podcast conversations. Strategic rest isn't laziness, it's wisdom. When we honor our energy, build space for restoration, and align our business with our well being, we create more clarity, more creativity, and more income. Think about it musically. The rests in a piece aren't empty space, they are intentional moments that give meaning to the notes around them. Your business needs these rests too. I saw this play out with so many of our community members through 2025. The ones who leaned into the pause, assess, and pivot strategically consistently outperformed those who just kept pushing forward without direction. What would become possible if you stopped saying yes to everything and started saying yes to only what multiplies your impact? Takeaway number 3: performance skills as business superpowers. The third major lesson was one of my favorite discoveries, and it came through in episodes like the one business skill musicians already have. Here's the revelation that became crystal clear in our second year. Every skill you developed as a performer is actually a business superpower in disguise. Your stage presence, that's executive presence in business presentations and on sales calls. Your ability to read an audience, that's market research and customer empathy. Your practice discipline, that's the consistency every entrepreneur needs. Your ability under pressure, that's leadership in crises. What I loved about this insight in year 2 is how it shifted the narrative from I need to learn business skills to I need to recognize the business skills I already have. Deirdre, one of our musician profit umbrella clients, told me, I stopped trying to become a different person in business. I started being the same confident performer I am on stage, and everything changed. Which of these performance skills could become your signature business advantage? And what's the strategy to leverage it for premium pricing? Takeaway number 4: AI as a creative amplifier, not replacement. The fourth breakthrough takeaway emerged as we navigated one of the biggest shifts in our industry: artificial intelligence. Episodes like Scale Smarter, How to Use AI to Streamline Your Music Studio, and AI for Musicians, Protect, Productize, and Profit revealed something crucial in our second year. The musicians who thrived in 2025 weren't the ones who ignored AI or feared it. They were the ones who embraced it as a creative amplifier. Here's what we discovered over these 2 years. AI doesn't replace creativity, it amplifies it. It doesn't eliminate the human connection, it creates more space for it by handling the routine tasks. The breakthrough came when we stopped asking, will AI replace me? And started asking, how can AI help me serve my students better and reclaim my creative energy? We talked about my custom GPT, Musicians Marketing Maestro, by Fabiana Claure, a revolutionary AI assistant specifically designed for musicians and music educators. We mentioned how AI can improve the efficiency in digital delivery systems and how to use technology to enhance, not replace, human connection in your programs. If AI handled all your routine tasks, what high value work would you focus on that only you can do, and how much would that be worth? Takeaway number 5: inner work as business strategy. The fifth and perhaps most profound lesson was the integration of inner work with business strategy. This showed up in episodes on emotional mastery, forgiveness, stress management, and energetic alignment. What we discovered in year 2 is that sustainable success requires inner transformation alongside outer strategy. You can have the perfect business model, but if your inner game isn't aligned, you'll sabotage your own success. This insight challenged the traditional business advice that focuses only on tactics and strategies. We learned that your relationship with money, your ability to handle stress, your capacity for difficult conversations, these aren't just soft skills. They're the foundation everything else is built on. The musicians who experienced the most dramatic transformations were the ones who did the inner work alongside the business work. My episode, You Are the Sun, that analogy resonated deeply with many of you, reminding us that we attract, not chase, when we lead from our core. Now, what inner blocks are keeping you from charging what you're truly worth, and what would shift if you cleared them? As I reflect on these 5 transformational takeaways in our 2 year podcast journey together, what strikes me the most is how they all support each other. They're not separate concepts. They're interconnected elements that work together within my Musician's Profit Umbrella methodology. When you reframe your value proposition, embrace strategic pauses, leverage your performance skills, use AI as an amplifier, and do the inner work, that's when the magic happens. That's when you stop trading time for money and start building a business that serves your highest vision. I think about all the conversations we've had over these last 2 years with Nana Grace, who completely reinvented her piano studio, with Megan McPhee, who went from 20 hours of teaching to just 3 hours a week, tripling her income, or Lenore Oren, who transformed burnout into breakthrough. Each of these stories illustrates these 5 takeaways in action. They didn't just learn new tactics. They underwent fundamental shifts in how they think about their work, their value, and their potential. And here's what I want you to know as we celebrate 2 years together. If you're listening to this and thinking, I wish I had started this journey sooner, remember that every setback has been a setup for your success. Your past doesn't define your future. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. As we wrap up this second anniversary celebration and look ahead to year 3, I want to leave you with this. These 5 transformational takeaways aren't just concepts to understand, they're principles to embody. They're not just strategies to implement, they're transformations to experience. The musicians who will thrive in 2026 and beyond are the ones who embrace all 5 insights as an integrated approach to building not just a business, but a life of creative and financial freedom. 2 years of podcasting, 2 years of breakthroughs, 2 years of building a world where musicians don't have to choose between their art and their income. And we're just getting started. As we step into year 3 of Musicians Creating Prosperity, I invite you to join me on this next level of the journey. If you're ready to build a scalable, fulfilling business that honors your artistry and your time, if you want to apply these 5 takeaways and many more proven strategies to your unique situation, I'd love to support you. Book a consultation via the link below in the show notes, and let's explore what's possible for you. Whether you're just starting to dream of something bigger or you're ready to scale what you've already built, there's a path forward that doesn't require you to sacrifice your creativity or your values. Thank you for being a part of this global community. Thank you for listening. Thank you for trusting me with your dreams and your challenges. And thank you for believing that your music is meant to prosper. Here's to year 3, a year of even greater prosperity, deeper impact, and more creative freedom than we've ever imagined possible. Until next time, keep creating, keep leading, and keep building your vision of musicians creating prosperity. Let's prosper together.